Welcome back to Two Canadians at Kafe Lise, a Vigor podcast. Episode 45, the third anniversary for Vigor. I'm your host, Dr. Anton, and with me is the co-host, DJ Spencer.
Hi.
Hey. A little awkward. It's been a little extra long since we last recorded.
Yeah, 2 weeks vacation. Well, it was tough because I was off for a full week and I was gone both weekends. And I know you were volunteering at a festival, right? So
this past week I've been volunteering at the Edmonton Fringe Theater Festival. So it's still going on. This is the last 2 days of it, but I had these 2 days off, luckily, and I was burnt out enough that I didn't need to go see any more plays right now. So nice. It was like, yes. And then there was an anniversary stream yesterday. So we're recording this on the Saturday. The anniversary dev stream was on the Friday, so on the 19th. And
a special 2-hour episode.
Yeah, it was a long one, and it was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it. There's always going to be things not to enjoy about it. It's mostly to do with the chat. But the stream itself was fun. Before we get too far into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, but like, share, and subscribe, and comment. We do appreciate it when you comment, and we always try to respond. To respond to all comments. So
yes,
we appreciate
it. And you know what? I think we should start pitching out our Twitch accounts too. So come check us out at twitch.tv /DJ Spencer 1981 and twitch.tv /Dr. _Anton.
Yeah, and Doctor spelled out DOCTOR.
Yes.
Maybe you'll find someone else. I have no clue if there's any other Dr. Antons out there. So
I don't know.
Let me know. Yeah.
Not a real DJ and not a real doctor.
That's right. Not a real doctor. I'm a loot doctor. So take from that what you will. I wouldn't be able to help you in a medical emergency, but if you need help sorting your loot, I'm there. But third anniversary. So that was pretty momentous. They did a lot, quite a bit this the last few weeks, for this anniversary leading up to the stream and to this weekend. So as we go through this, there'll be a lot to talk about. But we figured, hey, perfect. We can talk about this, and get back into our regular podcasting schedule.
Yeah.
So that's all great. I personally didn't get to take a part in much of this. It was all happening, but I was really busy. Obviously with the festival, with volunteering. I'm also trying to buy a condo, so it's just boom. All my time's taken up. So but I have some more vacation, so maybe I'll get some streams in the next week or so, and then back to work. So nice. And you're all done your holidays. You have nothing else to
I think I have another week off, but like my wife has done all her vacation time and whatnot, so I don't think we're planning anything special. So I should be good to go to do the regular podcast scheduling. Unless something comes up, like we're still going to the family cottage over like on the weekends, but like we could always record like on the Tuesdays or whatnot, at some point.
So there's been a few times where we've released an episode a few days late, but still close to our regular schedule. So we'll if we're not on our regular Monday, then look for us on the following Thursday. We'll try to keep it close. So it's been really exciting. A lot of the stuff they did a lot of social media stuff. I didn't really take part or even notice too much of it because, again, I was busy. So I think you did take part in some of this. Will you want to take us through some of what they did?
Sure. I only really participated in one of them, but okay. I love these activities that they get the community involved because they do post them not just on Twitter but like on Reddit and Facebook, and so basically they would post pictures of a crossword puzzle, and the first winner to submit the actual like correct crossword filled in would get some crowns. I believe it was 585 crowns for
Oh
each
wow,
challenge. There
that's
was
not
quite a
bad.
few of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was actually really good. There was photo captions where they'd take like it was almost like like a cinematic screenshot, and you know it was like, okay, caption this, and
Right.
whichever
Right.
one had the most like at the end of the day uh, would get the crowns. Um, there was a few spot the difference pictures where there's a side by side picture, and you had to spot the differences. And again, you'd have to like say how many and actually like highlight them or circle them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So those are fun. There's some meme contests again where it's like give us your best meme, and you know whoever had the most likes would get uh, the prize. Now there was one that had to do with we'll talk about it further down the line. It was a task within the Outlander's Journey challenge that they
Oh.
also did release, and that was fill your inventory with fuel, which you're truly actually wanted. So yeah, so I actually completed this challenge. Well, not the challenge, but I actually did this earlier this year. So I think it was like January 11th. Um,
Okay.
and I was like so excited that I actually took a screenshot of like my inventory full during the encounter. And then I took two shots at the reward screen. So the loot value of 50,000 and uh, the other screenshot where it actually showed like the total amount of fuel. So I provided three screenshots to Vigor on the post, but I was actually like open and honest about it too because I was like, listen, I'm like, I did not do this in this current season. I didn't know if that was a requirement, but I was
Right.
like, this full disclosure, this is when I did this. Like I did this a few months ago, so it's like it's up to you guys. I'm fine with whatever. Uh, but no one else really posted any thing close to that. Not even remotely. Like a couple of people like threw in their picks, but it was like maybe 30 fuel or whatnot. So it
Oh
wasn't even
geez.
close. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so the next day, boom,
Nice.
got a DM from the community manager that I won, and so I got my crowns. So it was awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, so those are most of the things that did happen on social media. So, like I said, Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. So
Now during the broadcast, like the anniversary broadcast, they had a whole meme section. Were any of the memes
yes,
that from that meme section ones from this? Like, do you think? Did you see? You
that's a
know?
good question. I didn't
Yeah.
look at all the memes. I would only look for like a couple of times, like in the
Mhm.
day type thing.
Yeah.
So some of them I did not see. Some I actually found the Reddit posts like today when
Okay.
I was getting ready for this. Uh, but yeah, the some of them I want to say two of them I saw prior,
Okay.
and they did come from the meme challenge. That now that you
Right.
mention it, there was the one from like Finding Nemo with the M249, and then
Yeah.
the other one was the chart that was talking about Noob Shield, which actually
Oh.
TT is the one who submitted it. So,
Oh. That's funny.
so yeah, those two for sure came out of those
Yeah.
challenges. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Sweet. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. There were some pretty funny memes that they
yeah,
had posted up there that they actually showed, and even once big poking fun at the developers, which they were kind of tickled about. So
yeah.
that's kind of cool.
And it's
It's
like, yeah,
they,
you have to laugh at yourself too, right?
oh
At
yeah,
times,
totally.
because yeah, we do love them though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the next was the Outlander's journey, sort of quest or set of
The challenge.
different
Yeah,
challenges, and it was complete a path. So you see on the screen here, it may not be too legible, but it was like complete a path to get was it 935 crowns or yeah,
yeah,
935 crowns. The first 10 people to complete a route got 935 crowns.
yeah.
And the first five to complete all the tasks got that plus their choice of a premium pack outfit.
Yeah.
And there was quite a few challenges in here, and I guess some of them you couldn't even do unless you were level 75. Like, there's one, like, level 75 one in there at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
that's kinda cool,
Um,
though, and then you can find this image on their website, on the Vigor game website.
Yeah, there was a whole blog post explaining it. So, and I know typically you would look at this and you're like, okay, you got to start from the top to the bottom. No, it's actually you had to start from the bottom and go up. Um,
Oh, really? I
but
didn't even know that either.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, so like last year we had the bingo challenge, which was fun. This is a little
Yep.
different. I did enjoy this one too. I actually did submit an entry, but obviously I didn't win, so I was not one of the first 10.
Yep.
Obviously I went with the route for the fuel. So it's kind of like sticking on the left hand side of
Right.
this chart. Yeah, for me the biggest thing was for completing the whole thing, that level 75. I think I'm at level 63 right now. So yeah, I know there's been a few people, or quite a few people that have been at level 75 for quite some time there. But
Yep.
like pretty much all of it, I want to say I've done. Like, there's one died of painkillers. It's like, I'm like, I've done that 4 or 5 times by now.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, yeah, again, I love this kind of stuff. It's fun. It kind of like changes it up instead of just going into an encounter, and it gives you like other things to do. So
Yeah. No, it's kinda cool, and I wish I wasn't so busy, and I would have tried to take part of it as well. Because yeah, that would
yeah,
have been kinda cool to try to get in there and get some of these done. Even if I couldn't get it done to win anything, just for the challenge of doing it. I remember because
yeah,
last year I was doing similar things with the bingo. I didn't think I'd have a chance of getting it done to win anything, but it was fun to try to get
mhm,
as many done as you could. And some of those were tough,
exactly.
like jump from the
Oh
middle
yeah,
of the Roland Bridge and not die, or some close to the middle of
oh
the
yeah,
bridge and
yeah,
not die, like
yeah,
yeah. So that's
um,
kinda cool they do that though.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that
for
ran
sure.
from the 10th to the 17th. So in theory,
Yes,
maybe next year they'll have something similar that, around that time frame, keep your eye open for it if you wanna, do that again or, try to take part in the next one.
yeah. So it went from like the Wednesday to the Wednesday. So it gave them 2 days to announce the winner, to like sort out and verify all the stuff, because they announced the winners during the actual dev stream.
Yeah, during the
Um,
actual dev stream. That's
so
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of cool.
Um, there's been a lot of cosmetics coming up in the store for this anniversary. Some old, some new. Um, a
Mhm.
couple of the new ones. Now I've got a couple of them. And DJ's gotten one of them. Did you want to take
Mhm.
us through the different anniversary cosmetics?
Oh,
These are
sure.
the
Uh,
new ones.
yeah, for from this year.
Yeah.
So last year the backpack was part of the armored anniversary line. This year we got two additions to that cosmetic line. So we got, first of all, the plate carrier, which is kind of like, it looks like a vest that you would actually carry, I guess, armor plates. Uh,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool because you have like the arms have like kind of the Norway flag on them. You have the Vigor knives on the chest. Um, I I really like this. This was on for 390 or 390 crowns initially, um, and honestly, so I bought. So one issue I have with the current like merch store or shop
Hmm.
uh, in the game is,
Yeah.
if something comes on sale, I can never tell what the sell price is or what the price is, because sometimes I'll have someone come into my chat and say, "Hey, how much is this in the item shop?" I can't tell because it just tells me I own it, right? So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sometimes what happens is like initially it comes out at the regular price, but then down the line, further into the week, they may offer it on sale or discount. Um, so I don't know if it actually did come on sale or discount because I did buy it like right off the bat, because I
I
think
think I bought it
390 is
right off the
actually
bat too.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
390 is not bad for
390 is
this.
actually reasonable for the cosmetics, because in the past like something like this was probably going to be like, 500 crowns or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
And it's a full body outfit, including a backpack. So if you look at the back of
yeah.
it, you can see the backpack.
Hmm.
And it's a nice backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you
I
can't
really like this outfit.
customize. Yeah, you can't customize a backpack or anything like that. But
No.
uh, yeah, I do like it. They did a really
Yeah.
good job on this one. Um, Next
The
is
next
the Kevlar helmet. Again, part of the Armored Anniversary line.
yeah,
This one, Kevlar helmet with a bunch of like Vigor themed helmets. So, or helmets, stickers. So on this one, you
stickers, yeah.
see uh, Norway flag, and then you have like a Vigor emblem, which I think you see that patch right in the front. That patch,
Yeah.
I believe, is on last year's skin
Yeah, it
as
was.
well
I
on
remember
the
that.
armband.
Yeah.
And then you have like it's like a warning sticker, the triangle, um, and then like on the other side, on the back, there's actually like a handwritten like "Happy Anniversary, 2019, 2022." Um,
It's actually his happy B day.
oh, sorry, Happy B Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get like the Vigor knives. There's a tomato timer sticker. Uh, so it is, yeah, it's very cool. And you know what, they're always asking for ideas for like the new merch store because they're revamping the merch store. I want all those stickers in the merch store
That would
because
be cool if you could order these
they,
stickers. Absolutely. Yeah.
yes, these stickers are absolutely amazing, and I would love to see them in real life.
Yeah. For sure. No, I agree.
So
That would be cool to have all
and
these.
this helmet was on for 290 or 290 crowns. Again, I bought it off the hop because I really loved it. Um,
I'm hoping it pops back up because I missed it. I didn't see it when it popped up. So, and there's like only a couple days left. So I hope it shows up again because I'd like to
yeah.
get it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then last,
uh, is the Apocalypse Punk Party Crasher,
yeah.
which was free. Um, this one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of. It kind of looks like a head wrap with some goggles, and the goggles have like a
It's
red and white
well, it's like those
thing.
steampunk goggles, just in a different
Yeah.
color. Yeah. I
Uh,
like it.
do you?
And I like it because you can put a helmet over top of it. So whatever helmet you put
Yeah.
on sort of helps, I think helps the look. So
Yeah.
by itself, I wouldn't wear it just like that. But
Because
if with another helmet, for sure.
yeah, I put it on with the Kevlar helmet, and
Yeah.
it's not bad like you said with the combo, but uh, I don't I don't know. I'm the head wraps don't do much for me. I don't know what it
Sure.
is, but it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
personal preference. But it is
Yeah.
free, or it was free for the 1 day or 2 days that it was available in the item shop. So of course, you want to like claim that.
Yeah, for sure. Even if you're not going to use it, it's not bad to have it. Maybe someday you'll change your mind. You'll want to try it.
Yeah,
Put a special outfit together with it. Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, those are the anniversary cosmetics that were released this year, and then they've been cycling through some older ones in the shop as well. There's been the
Yeah,
orange like mining or safety helmet with
yep,
Vigor on it and a couple things. I've seen last year's outfit was in the shop today. I think it was
yep.
as we're recording. I'm not sure what else. I think there's been oh well,
The,
there's been bags. They've
the,
had like the
yeah,
satchel
there's a
bag with
backpack.
the knives, the V knives.
Oh, yes. There's also a backpack. I forget what the name is, but it is part of
Oh,
the
okay,
Armored Anniversary line, and
right,
it basically it has like is the one where there's like the bedroll at the bottom of it,
right,
and I
yeah,
think there's like a cup. So
right,
that was from last year's anniversary event as well.
yeah, because it came out with that outfit and that bag last year. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was a
Yep.
nice bag. I remember that bag. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
But yeah, so that's the different cosmetics. Um, this weekend. So as you're watching, when you watch this or listen to it, this will already have passed, and so hopefully you've had a chance to check it out and even participate in it. But during this weekend, they've had a special fight mode available, and it's like a special mode of elimination. It doesn't have boosting, so when you go into it, there's no boosting, not like the other elimination mode, and
Yep.
it's strictly a tomato fight.
Yep. Yep.
And so if you remember, they had the snowball fights during the winter,
Yep.
and it was like when you went into eliminations, I think like one of your rounds would be a snowball round. So this one, it's strictly tomatoes. All the
Yep.
rounds are tomatoes. So it's like you're throwing grenades that make little red splotches as they hit.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Little like
and I don't know if they did or not, but it seems like they adjusted the damage to it because
yes, it is two hit.
it is like a two hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So because for sure, I know I've been hit a few times, and I've hit a few people a few times, and or once or
Yeah.
twice, and it does some damage. But yeah, it's kind of fun. I'd have a brief clip of it here, just of me running around in one of the rounds, throwing them, and you can see it's the tomato splashes. Maybe they're a little too red. It almost looks like red paint as opposed to like tomatoes. But whatever. I think they said they had a lot of it was tougher than they thought it would be to implement it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe it had to do with making a round all tomatoes as opposed like, all the rounds tomatoes as opposed to just one. Maybe that was part of it. I don't know. You wouldn't think that just changing the color of the splashes to red would make it harder to implement, but I don't know. Maybe it was the modeling of the
Well,
tomato in your hand. I don't know.
yeah, it could have been, maybe because it did less damage, or um, I
Maybe.
was actually I was talking about it the other night. So I had quite a few games in last night of the tomato fight note, and I really like the snowball fights,
Hmm?
but the tomatoes feel a little different. I don't know
Mm.
if it's because it's been so long uh, from the snowball fights, but it just felt different throwing and everything. Like the timing, like with the snowballs, it's like I had a good timing where it was like I get in a good rhythm, and here it's like
Yeah.
I wasn't able to find that rhythm. Um, it took me a while. So I don't know if there's something a little different with like the throwing mechanic or whatnot, but it just feels a little different. But
Hmm.
it's still fun.
It's
Like the
so
community,
fun.
this
Yeah.
idea, yeah, this idea came from the community for like a long time, right? Um, and we finally got it. Uh, I It'd be kind of cool if it was around more than just the 2 days, but like it is a lot of fun. Um,
Yeah, it'd
there,
be kind of cool if, like if they fine tune it because it is a little buggy. There are like when you're in your starting area, there have been like people sometimes one or two people can start running early, and you might be
yeah,
stuck there waiting for the counter to finish, and then there's like one or two people running early on each side. It's a little strange. So if they were to iron it out, if they were to iron it out, it'd be kind of cool if they put it in rotation. So like have your elimination rotations and just have, oh wait, we're doing Phil
yeah,
Canton, or not Phil Canton. What's it called? What's the Anakin? They're doing the
yeah.
Anakin
Oh, sorry.
rotation. They're doing the
Yeah.
Fisk rotation, and then have tomato, tomato
Yeah.
match, and then you jump in the tomato match.
So
Make it like one, and then it rotates out, kind of thing.
the only thing with that is I don't know how that affects the rewards, because the rewards are less, they're different than the regular eliminations right now. But I'm wondering if that also has to do with you're not accumulating as high of a score, now that
Maybe
I think about it.
this on
But
this was it this round here. I took this clip on. We won, and I did get an elimination crate out of it, and decent
yeah,
XP because it's double XP weekend too. So
yeah.
yeah, it's hard to say.
So maybe
And there was
that's
no
why they had
boosting.
some difficulties.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the tomato fight. So
Yep.
hopefully you got a chance to partake. It was fun.
Yep. For sure.
Uh,
Uh, Next on the list that we have is they actually they announced during the dev stream. It actually did start before the dev stream, and they did post it on social media. They
yeah.
announced an ultimate XP apocalypse, where 50% off boosters for encounters and shootout, as well as a double XP. So this was running from the 19th to the 22nd. And oh my God, Doc, I did an encounter last night, I think it was,
Yep.
and I got, I think, a couple kills, and I got, like, me, I get, decent amount of loot. I think it was like 14,000 in loot value or something like that, roughly.
Yeah.
50,000 XP in one game.
Holy cow.
Like, it was insane. And like, I've seen some other people post like pictures, like, again, 50,000 XP or whatnot.
Yep.
It is like absolutely bananas. It is awesome. Like, level up your battle passes. It's definitely going to help. But like, I had this conversation the other night with someone, because obviously the battle pass is like 75 levels now, and
Mhm.
the higher you get, the more XP it requires to get to the next one. But
Yep.
with all the boosters that you get, like, it's really not much different compared to the bottom, right? Like,
Right.
I was talking about it. I was getting 20,000 XP games, and that's with my current boosters of, like, I think where I'm at is like 230 times booster type thing.
Okay.
So like, it's 130,000 XP, I think, to the next level. That's only like 5, 6 games like that. So it's not that bad. But yeah, definitely with this event, people are definitely going to get to level 75 much quicker.
Yeah, I'm
So
hoping to get some more games in this weekend to boost my levels a bit. I've got hit level 50 on my Xbox, so I still have 25 to
okay.
go. So I definitely need the help. Yeah. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of it as well during this weekend.
Yeah.
Hopefully not just hearing about it now as you're listening to this, like, no. Yeah. They've also released now a limited edition hoodie that you can order off of their merch store. It's a bit pricey for shipping and everything, but it is a pretty nice hoodie. It's the new it's all black hoodie. It's got the foul knife and knives and the V in the front, and on the back it says threat, and it's got a red skull. It's a pretty nice hoodie.
Yeah.
As soon as I found out they had it, I figured, okay, I don't have any bigger merch. I'm doing it. I ordered it, so I have
Yeah.
it on pre-order. I'm looking forward to it.
Uh,
It's going to be a while,
yeah.
but
Yeah. Because I think they announced they're only actually going to start shipping in September, I believe.
yeah, I'm not sure.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it is pre-orders, and it is limited edition. So who knows how many there are. I haven't bought it yet, but I am going to purchase it. Like, I think I was talking to someone, like a fellow Canadian, and I believe they said it was about $80 Canadian, which,
right.
yeah, I do think it is a lot, but like, honestly, Doc, any hoodie right now, you're basically paying $80. So
Pretty close.
for
It's and a
yeah,
lot of it
so
is a lot of shipping in there, unfortunately. So yeah,
uh, yeah, they didn't mention how much it was, but like the total was basically $80. So
I want to
like,
say it
yeah,
was
I'm gonna
like
be jumping in.
15 euros for shipping, like 1.5, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Uh, I think when I did it, it was like 10-ish.
Hmm.
So maybe because I have less distance from where they're shipping
Maybe.
from, because
I
I'm
don't
in
know.
Ontario, you're in Alberta.
I could be wrong, but
But
I thought that's what it was. But
yeah,
that
it is.
I could probably find my receipt somewhere.
Yeah, I do like it. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to like more merch stuff, because like I do have, like, I'm wearing it right now. I have the black Vigor shirt with, on the back it says, "What if humanity falls?" You can't actually get that in the shop anymore.
Go.
But I was hoping to. So my thing was, I was debating buying the plaid shirt that's in the merch shop as well. But as you may or may not know, the Vigor partners have been gifted kind of like a merch pack, which that plaid shirt is in, and I've been trying desperately to win some, and I was able to win a Vigor hat, but uh, not one of those shirts yet.
Yeah.
So I may buy more than just the hoodie this week because yeah, I kind of want it too.
Yeah. No, I'll be happy with at least having something. So,
Yeah,
they've also released a new Game Pass, like an Ultimate Game Pass perk. I have no clue how to pronounce it. I think it's like Tjuvfisker, but in English it's the Thieving Fisherman pack.
yeah,
And I'll show that here. This is like from their tweet, and I don't know exactly what came in it. I should have looked at it when I redeemed it, but I just redeemed it and went and. But
yeah,
if it is pretty accurate to this, it should be the orange fisherman's outfit, and then a collection of weapons. It looks like some La Chiaves in there.
yeah,
Um, I think is that a UK Visa 59? Is that what that
yeah.
uh,
I have
machine gun is?
I have
Yeah,
no idea because
yeah,
like you said, the last time we had a perk pack, they actually listed everything that was in it.
yeah,
But I didn't. So we were talking about it just before recording, and I compared the picture to this one, right? And I'm showing Doc, and the one when you go into your, at least on your mobile phone, on I have an Android device, so uh, Game Pass, the app, when I go to redeem it, it has a different picture where there's literally no guns
yeah.
here. So
That's
I'm
weird.
like, oh my god, I just noticed this. I'm like, so it's like,
Yeah,
what do you get? Like, do you get guns with it? Do you get ammo? Because the last one did, but
yeah. Usually
I'm
you get
fine. Like,
ammo and guns. Yeah, but
yeah,
we'll see.
I'm fine. I'll take a free perk pack. Like, I don't mind.
Even
So
if it's just the outfit, whatever, it's free.
yeah, yep,
So either I'll get a bunch of guns or we won't. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think they said that they're going to be coming out with something for the PlayStation players as well. So
Uh,
I know they've
PlayStation
been doing a
had,
lot of different ones. So
yeah,
yeah,
PlayStation had one last month. Um,
but they
I
have been
don't
sort of going back and forth. Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know I don't recall what the last one was for PlayStation, but they did have one last month. And I remember on social media someone asking like, what about Xbox? And they said, oh, stay tuned. And then like I think it was like just a few days later, they actually did announce it. So
right. So they go back and forth. So I'm sure PlayStation will get
yeah.
something maybe next month or who knows. So it's kind of cool that
Hmm.
they've been going back and forth with that and showing love. I don't know. Does Switch ever get anything? I don't know if
Uh
Switch ever
no,
gets a pack. Yeah.
I want to say they may have gotten one,
Yeah.
but part of the issue is the way
Like it's
that
usually Nintendo.
the yeah, Nintendo, um, the like the way they do business, they don't like
Yeah.
giving free stuff.
They don't like to get things for free. Yeah. It's like you gotta pay, you
Like
gotta buy some.
I I don't know if you've seen this meme, but there's a meme going around that I saw this week, and it's basically a screenshot of like the Nintendo eShop or whatnot, and it's like you see this item, this is what the price is. You're never going to see it on sale or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
because it's like, how many times is that true? Like,
They do put
but
stuff on sale, but yeah,
yeah,
it's not anything that's big ticket. So if anything goes on
yeah,
sale, it's like all the little indie stuff, like the smaller games, they'll do on sale once in a while. But the big games,
okay,
anything that's
yeah,
IP, their stuff,
yeah,
yeah, you rarely ever see it go on sale. I'm not saying it won't. It's just not
yeah,
often. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah. But yeah, that's all we have for like the show. But then there was also a minor update, I believe, right? That's correct?
yeah, yeah. So last Wednesday, um, there was
Right.
a little minor update where they announced server maintenance, and then they surprised us all after saying server maintenance complete, and then patch notes were basically two bullet points where it was recoil and crosshair spread on machine guns have been tweaked. And then, secondly, M249's magazine capacity has been lowered from 200 to 100. Uh, so, obviously, hot topic. This season has been, the machine guns being meta and uh, somewhat of a laser and everything. So they actually listen to the community. I'll give them that. I think the reduction in the capacity for the M249 was like pretty good.
Yeah, and
And like
I
I
know there have been
always
some people barking about it a little bit, but for the most part, I think a lot of the comments have been kind of positive about it.
yeah, like uh, me we talk about realism, I guess. I looked at it, M249, yes, there is a variant that does have a 200 capacity, the other one does have 100 capacity. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm all good with that. We could talk about like other things that can be done. But like one thing to note, some people said like this is just a minor tweak. This is not like good enough, and I'll agree. This is not going to change the meta. The meta is still going to be machine guns. The day this patch came out, I ran a number of the machine guns like we did for the trials,
Yep.
and I still did well with all of them. Uh, like yes, there is a minor little increase to like recoil and the crosshair bloom. It's still manageable.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now M249 still has 100 bullets. It's like
Still a lot of
okay,
bullets. Yeah.
yeah, it's still a lot of bullets. But one thing I was telling my chat, and I've had this discussion with quite a few other people because they say it's not enough. But realistically, you cannot expect a major change to a whole weapon class mid-season. Like this is a minor update. This wasn't even
Yeah.
like one of their monthly updates. This was literally a minor update that came out. So it's like for me, it's like okay, I'll take something like this. This is like
Mhm.
a good first step in the right direction, but I don't expect anything major to happen to machine guns until we actually have like a major update where even like a mid-season update, like if we had like a 12.2 or a 12 point or like season 12 13 that is coming in 30 days, I think,
Yeah,
roughly.
approximately. Yeah.
um so it's like I would expect it more in like a new season launch, that we would see a
Yeah.
major change in uh like a whole weapon class, because for me, like there's no way they would do this um in just a minor thing. So, I think that is reasonable. But like I said, I think this is a good first step in the right
Mhm.
direction, because there's so much more that can be done. Like people jump shotting with an M249 or any machine gun.
Yeah.
Like M249 Doc is 17 pounds, I think it is when I Googled
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, don't tell me you could run and jump like a gazelle and hit your shots. Like, come
Yep.
on. Like, and same thing with all the other ones. Like I didn't check the weight on
17
all the other
pounds,
machine guns,
but then put
but
200 rounds in it too. I don't know. Is
yes,
that
and
with
that too.
rounds? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That doesn't
Yeah.
probably doesn't even count the rounds. So it's like,
No. So
so
can you
so
imagine,
they're
like,
they're
you're going into an encounter, okay, I'm gonna take 200 rounds with me, and they're all out of your bag as soon as you enter the encounter. There's no ammo in your bag, it's all in your
yeah,
gun. I was like,
yeah,
come on. That's a lot of
yeah,
ammo.
yeah.
So now it's
Yeah,
like, okay, half the ammo is in your gun.
yeah, and it's like, yeah. So it's like there's so many you can do, right? Where it's like, nerf the stamina, or like honestly, it's like
Yeah.
a machine gun. Maybe you can't run, maybe you can't jump when you have it. Like there's a lot of things you can do, but again, especially if it's going to affect movement, you are not going
Mhm.
to make major changes to movement like mid-season. I'm saying
No.
this, and they just did jump shotting with the last like mid-season update.
True.
But again, that's
That's
a
true.
mid-season update. That's not a
Yeah.
minor update like this. So
Mhm. Yeah, so yeah,
yeah,
like you said, maybe by season 13, when we'll definitely see something. What it's going to be,
yeah,
who knows? Maybe it'll affect machine guns, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be the next class of guns that they
yeah,
tweak with the new
yeah,
recoil mechanics, and then who knows what'll
yeah.
happen there, right?
I,
So
I'm kind of curious because like I believe it's going to be submachine guns. They actually mentioned it in dev
mhm.
stream a while ago, and
Yeah,
like honestly, submachine guns are. like could be a good counter. I'm not gonna lie, like I've been running an ES16 for the last couple of weeks or even maybe longer than that, and
Yeah.
I've been killing like people with machine guns like left, right, and center. So
Yeah.
like they're not invincible, but
No.
it's like I'm not gonna lie, this is not my favorite meta
No.
since I've been playing. Like this is my least favorite one. But like I've never been one to actually play a lot of meta weapons. Like I change it up all the time.
Yeah. And
But
I
it
and I do
just
too. Like I haven't been using a lot of machine guns myself recently. I have been using the Bugle a bit more recently, and that gun is
yeah,
still kicks, even with
yeah,
what the stuff they've done to it previously. Like I've had so many fights where I'm doing bunch of bursts, and even on my
yeah.
last bullet is the one that gets the guy. It's
The
just like that
magical
gun,
last bullet.
a magical last bullet, boom, and boom.
Yeah,
It's like yes,
yes.
that gun
So
or kicks.
speaking about the bugle, so one thing that
Yeah,
came out of the dev stream, they actually mentioned it. I think it was Sweet Tsunami.
yeah, it was.
Uh, who mentioned it. So the top three used weapons right now are actually the AKM, Bugle, and then the M249. So M249
Yeah.
is number three, which is a little surprising, but at the same time, it makes sense. Like AKM, super cheap, really
When
good.
it's an easier
Um,
gun for the early players to get, like the
yeah,
M249, like when you're an early player, you might get one, but then you're not going to have a bunch of them. But it's
yeah,
the long time players will have like a whole stock of them, right? So
yeah,
it makes sense. The
yeah.
AKM's
Like
like easy, a quicker one to get.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think I have like 250 of them stockpiled. The same thing with the
I have no clue.
ES16s.
Yeah,
Like I have a ton. The bugle, though, obviously, like it's been
yeah,
around, is still a meta. But like I had this discussion with Christopher Beast one night, and he basically it's interesting because he gets his crew at VSL right to
yeah.
take down some stats. So they'll track like each lobby, what people are using and whatnot, and they kind of keep track. Now these are obviously unofficial stats because obviously they're not in every lobby, but
No.
they come up with some good figures, and it's an interesting talking point. But the way he approaches it is for him. Usually it's I think it was AKM and ES16 were the number one and two used weapons, and then for them, whatever the third most used gun is what the meta weapon is. So he
Mm,
doesn't call the first two meta weapons. But then I was like, Chris, listen, if those first two weapons are being used that much, it's not just being used by new players, it's also being used by veterans, right?
yep. Hmm.
And I'm like, right now, I'm running the S16. So it's like, so you that in my argument, that's a meta weapon because I'm using it because I think it is good.
It's a
Now,
reliable gun. Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, a little off topic, but it's like
Yeah.
I was like, I thought that was interesting. Anyways, but uh, yeah, it's nice to see the devs actually like kind of acknowledge it and do something about it because like it's a little it's been a little tiring recently because the dev streams are a lot are about people talking and complaining about the machine guns type thing, and even I
Hmm.
think so prior to the anniversary dev stream there was one where they were like, okay, like we're going to move on from the machine gun topic because like they spent so much time answering the question, right? So um
Yeah.
yeah, it is definitely nice that they've done this. So anyways,
Yep. No, and it was kind of cool. But yeah, just going back to the little anniversary stream a bit. So the first half, I think as we said before, they were talking about um, the previous seasons. So these seasons that had come out this past year.
yeah,
That was being hosted, like it was being run by Pirate, who's now a producer, and
yeah,
in with her was uh, Vladimir, goes by Muff, Johanny, and
yep,
Archie, Peter, who goes by Archie. So like lead
yeah,
programmer, lead technical designer, senior QA tester. So they were all talking about the various seasons that had come out, and it was because it I think you like you were saying, the last season that was just at the anniversary last year was the season 8, and
Yep.
then like season 9 came out, and we had 9, 10, 11, and 12 these past years. We were trying to think about what our favorite seasons were, and it's kind of tough for me to think of like what my favorite season was. Like, do you have a favorite? Like,
Uh, you know what? There's certain things that I really liked.
about each season?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
season, I think it was 10, or the 10.1 update, when there was the snowball event, snowball fights.
that was
That I
fun.
really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, I didn't think I'd like it so much, but the grenades coming out in season 9, I don't use grenades all the time, but like honestly, when I do and you get those kills, it's so
It's pretty
satisfying.
it is, especially if you get one where you're throwing it and it has to bounce a little bit, or like it's
Yes.
you throw it up a hill and it comes back down. Those are the best.
Yeah.
They are.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like season, like if we want to include season 8, which was like basically the anniversary event, was like at the tail end of it. Like
Mhm.
my favorite sniper rifle came from it, the PH M82. Um, uh, yeah, those are just some of the things that I was thinking about,
Yeah.
that I
Season
really enjoyed. Um,
yeah, season 11 was the Viking season. It's also the one that came out
yep,
with Kirsten, I think,
yep.
right? Kirsten came out season
Like
11.
the
So
full map. Yep,
the full map. So that was great because it was the previous season that came out with Kirsten as a shootout.
yep, yep.
That was probably one of my favorite things from season 10 was the Kirsten shootout that came out. Because I just
Mhm.
found it a lot fun. I had more fun with it than I did with like the standard sawmill shootout. But then the whole Kirsten map came out, and I played Kirsten a lot at that time because we were trying to get to know it, so we
Yep.
could talk about it. And yeah, but it
Yep.
was it's a fun map. It's there's so many different areas in it, right?
Yep.
And
It's
there are
very
open
diverse.
areas that you got to be careful. Like, oh crap, from here I can be seen from on top of the dam. I can be seen from on top of the hill. I got to be careful
Yep.
when I'm running across here.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of
And
interesting areas
and
in it.
another thing too about Kirsten is the the dam itself, right? We
Yeah,
saw the implementation for the first time of an action where you could actually change the environment, right?
yeah,
Because they introduced the elevators.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
a couple
something
different
new
elevators in
to
there, and
everything. Like we've seen like locked exits and whatnot, but
mhm.
really, it's like this is a thing where it's like you could actually move areas of the map.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool.
So yeah,
Yeah, so hopefully they introduce some more kind of stuff like that in the future, with
yep,
whatever they come up with. It'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so it was the first part of the stream talking about seasons, and the first thing I noticed is kind of funny because they're all sitting on couches, right? And so you had
yep.
all the lead developers there, and they're having a party, because it's not just their anniversary; it's also Bohemia's anniversary. But all the guys are wearing shorts, so you got like all these man legs, like man legs everywhere. Like it's just kind of funny. I was like, oh, guys. But yeah, that was kind of cute. Um, but then they at halfway point, they as they were changing everyone around, they showed another video. It was very similar to Pirate's video last year. This time
Yep.
it was Forsythia going around giving everybody a tour of the offices, going into the different sections, talking to the different designers and accountants and everything, talking to everybody. Again, getting shut out of the QA testing area, not being able to go in there
Yep.
because of they have a lot of stuff in there that they're not allowed to show. So it
Yeah.
seemed like they were playing with the ball back there in the little video.
Yep.
But that was a nice little break. Um, uh, and then I have to I'm just trying to figure out who is in the second part, and I have to scroll. I have the video up and I'm just
So
sort of scrolling around.
yeah, so Forsythia
Here we
took
go.
over,
Yeah,
and then they had Philip, who is a
Philip.
marketing person.
Yeah, Jonas,
Uh,
who's their
yes, the
analyst.
yeah, the data
Yeah,
guy, and then Sweet Tsunami, Alex.
yeah, yeah. Alex, the technical designer. Yeah, and
Yeah,
these guys were great. They're all great, but these guys are great because they had a lot of good little stats and details, which was really fascinating to
yeah,
some people. If maybe you like the first part, I kind of like the second part. Jonas was coming out with some heat maps, which were kind of cool. So he was showing some different elimination maps, and showing, little dots where people died. And, and I think
Yeah.
this is even, was it like a weekend or something they were showing? It wasn't a long time. The data,
I
I
don't
think it was,
remember. I
yeah,
know it
he
was like
mentioned it.
limbs, like
Yeah,
someone were from limbs and whatnot. Actually,
it was all
one thing
limbs.
that was interesting is
The
in limbs,
attacker
technically
defender.
one team is
Yeah.
defending and the other one is attacking. I was like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, no
Yeah, because
way.
they don't make mention of it anywhere, but I guess in the game,
Yeah,
how it's designed, they're I guess naturally one team's a defender, one team's an attacker, even though
yeah.
the middle
It's
part is
capture
where
the
you're
flag.
going for the
Yeah,
flag, capture the flag part.
yeah.
Yeah. And they were saying that in all of the different versions, the defenders had a 54% chance. So like it was a little bit
Oh,
weighted towards the defenders on them. They tend to do a
hmm,
little better, which is kind of neat. I didn't realize that.
yeah.
But one of the maps they showed was Anakin with the light
Yeah.
tower,
The
and all the
lighthouse.
deaths spiraling up
Yeah,
the tower were kind of cool. I
yeah.
like that. Yeah. He
I'm like,
showed
you always run into one guy running up the stairs,
yeah,
right? Like,
there's always some fights on the stairs. Yeah.
yeah.
They showed a couple of the Kirsten maps. I think one was the warehouse map, and one was the boss warehouse.
Oh, you mean
The boss.
Fisk?
Well, what did
You
I say?
said Kirsten.
Sorry, Fisk. Yes, Fisk.
Yeah,
I meant Fisk because there's no
yeah,
Kirsten eliminations.
yeah.
Um, but and I didn't even realize this. All in the warehouse, the manager's office map. All the deaths on top of the roofs because there's a couple roofs you can get on. I didn't realize you
Yeah.
can get on those roofs. And
Oh
I tried
no.
it today during the tomatoes, and it's like, oh yeah, this is easy. Just boop boop boop, you're on the roof.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. But all the people who've died up on those roofs too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then this is also the segment that Alex Sweet Tsunami came up with the AKM Bugle M249
Yeah.
ranking for the guns at the most popular guns. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then and on this section they also talked about the different memes, and that's where they were rating memes. All the designers um,
Yeah.
all had paper for marking the memes, so that was kind of funny. So if you get a chance, I would definitely check it out. We'll put a link as well to there. I
Yeah.
don't know if they put it up on YouTube yet. They usually do it up
Yes.
pretty quick though.
Yeah. So because they simultaneously stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Oh,
So
do they? Okay.
YouTube saves it right away, anyways. So
Okay, so
it is
then we
there.
should have a link for YouTube. We'll put a link to the YouTube. We'll put a link to both. But
Yeah.
the Twitch one probably won't last long. But the YouTube one will be there.
Actually, you know what? We won't even do the Twitch because so Twitch changed the VOD
Oh,
requirements or
yeah, you're right.
retention policy,
Yeah,
and
they
it's
did.
like 7 days now. So there,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, we're just gonna like send you guys to the YouTube dev stream.
Yeah, we'll just give you the YouTube link. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was the anniversary stream. That wasn't like other than what we mentioned. That was essentially what they talked about, and they answered questions too. There were some people asking questions, and they were picking some of the questions out of chats and answering a little bit, but
Yeah,
it wasn't a lot about that. That was just
no.
there's a little bit of that, but
So I missed the part though. You mentioned that it was also Bohemia's anniversary. Is that what you were
yeah,
saying? Or
yeah.
okay,
Yeah, because they in the background there was a bunch of people outside,
yeah.
and Period had mentioned that and I remember this from last year too, that while they're doing their Vigor anniversary stream, it was also a
Oh,
Bohemia one too happening,
okay. Because
like a big Bohemia event in the background. Yeah.
okay, okay. So because I'm not gonna lie, at one point they pretty much had like all the developers in either like there or behind the window type thing in the courtyard,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm literally counting how many people are in there because I'm like, they won't. So at one point they would actually say how many people are on the dev team, and
Mm.
they've now more recently they're like, we're a small team and they won't go into any more detail than that. So I was like literally counting. I'm like, shh. And I was about like 25 to 30 people. So I'm like, okay, so if that's what the dev team is for Vigor, now we have a rough number. But if this event was just for like all of Bohemia, but the thing is, Bohemia has multiple offices, not just
True.
there. So it's maybe, I don't know. Now we're just like guessing and whatnot, but
Yeah, we're guessing because
it's still a small devs team.
yeah, like I think there is because I know in the past we've seen like in the previous year there were cars parked in the back and they had like an Arma car.
Yeah,
They might have had a DayZ car. I don't remember. But there were different cars, different logos. So it's quite possible that there are people from those teams working out of
yeah,
that office too. May not, because it's like anything. They have people working remotely for sure. We knew there were people come from the States who also worked for them in a remote capacity
uh,
at one point. So
yeah. At one point, but
I don't
I've
know
been
now.
keeping an eye out. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye out on the job postings, and they all say
Yeah.
like Borneo, or report to Borneo.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't know if remote work is a possibility. Like, hopefully they are open to it, because honestly, like, it opens a lot of doors to like more talent pool. But
Yeah. No, for sure.
either way,
Because nowadays it's so much easier to do remote work. So,
yeah,
but I do get there are a lot of companies that are a bit skittish about it, um, because I guess it depends on the industry you're in too. There are people who think,
yeah,
oh, if you're remote, how do we know what you're working on? But there are certain things like you have to meet certain milestones. If you're not meeting your milestones, like especially in game development, like in game development, you have to hit your targets, otherwise, you know.
yep,
So if you're not
exactly,
hitting your targets, you're not going to be working there very long. So
yep, exactly.
yeah. But yeah, that's the anniversary. That was the third anniversary. So
Yep.
um, it was quite a bit. They did a lot, and it was fun. And it's ongoing now, like on this weekend still. I'm not sure. I think after this weekend, if there's anything going on still. I don't know if there's anything continuing after this weekend.
Uh,
I don't
no, I
think they've
don't
mentioned.
think so.
Yeah, so it
No.
might just after this
Um,
weekend that might be it, but we'll see.
yes. But yeah, happy third anniversary,
Yeah,
Vigor devs, the community. Appreciate all the work you guys do, and yeah, to many more years. Anyways.
absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to the fourth anniversary, and in between we'll have our anniversary too. So,
Oh
so like
yeah,
in
that's
about the
true.
halfway point, we'll hit ours. Yeah.
We're
Hey,
like, is Doc? It is crazy. We are getting, this is number 45, and we
yeah.
are going to be at 50 soon. And I don't even know what we're going to do.
No, just who
I'm,
knows?
I'm,
We'll
I'm
figure something
probably
out.
gonna like drink some more maple syrup or something, or
I'll have
maybe
to
I
get
gotta like
some.
top it
I
some.
will. I'll
Yes.
definitely get something this time. I'll
Okay.
probably have a
Yeah.
new background too, because
Oh yeah,
if
that's
this
right.
I'm buying a condo, so I'll be moving
Mhm.
everything and resetting up and changing everything around. So it'll be a different setup. It'll be a different view, and who knows? For our next anniversary, we'll try to do something. We'll have to start planning. Start planning now for our next anniversary episode. See what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm
but
terrible at planning, but yeah.
yeah, same. But it wouldn't
Anyways.
wouldn't hurt.
Yes.
But that's where we'll end it. Thank you for listening and watching.
Yep.
Um, we hope to hear from you soon. Please like, share, subscribe, as we mentioned, and leave us a comment. How did you try to do any of this anniversary stuff? How successful were you? Like, did you win any of the crowns, or were you close? Let us know. Leave us a
Yep.
comment. Did you get any of the special skins? Do you have a favorite? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. But until next
Definitely.
time, I'm Dr. Anton,
And I'm DJ Spencer.
and stay safe in the Outlands. Have a
Yep.
great night.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary and birthday, whatever.
Bye.
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 I've heard you say you lost your way again. and flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. You must be calm anyway. Grab your chance and flame.